Hello everyone. I'm here to do a review on this new style of model. It's a model kit, which is actually called Metal Earth. You can see there, Metal Earth. And this particular model is a F4U Corsair. Now I got this piece thanks to Toy Nerds. You can actually find them in Facebook. And this is actually the first time I've done this, and it says there it's supposed to be 3D, and it's actually this kind of model kit is for 14 years and above, so I'm very much qualified, I hope. And then, as it says here, you're supposed to pop out all these parts. As you can see here, it's supposed to be made of metal, so I'm not really very sure what kind. It feels like, it looks like aluminum of some kind, and I'm not sure how it pops up because, as you can see, I haven't really opened it. But anyway, before I open this is the front part of it. As you can see, it's really thin because it's made out of panels, which we will pop out later. And at the back, it says it has the information about the model, the particular model kit you have, and what it possibly look like when it's done, which is actually just a drawing. And they have other samples, as you can see. They have tanks, other airplanes, ships, even buildings. So you check out in FB Toy Nerd, see if they have all these supplies. I hear they might be getting some of the more popular pop culture ones, which I'm not really shouldn't be able to say yet, but we'll check it out soon enough. But check out their FB site, Toy Nerds. All right. So again, thank you Toy Nerds for giving me this toy for review. And now we're gonna open it. As you can see, it's pretty much sealed in this glossy paper thing. It's actually pretty glued. When I got this, there's already sort of peeling coming out here on the side, so I guess that's where we're going to start. So we'll start peeling it here. There, as you can see, it easily opens. No ripping. Oh well, all right. I'll take it back. there's the rip. So there we go. We start ripping it out. As you can see. So here we are. So I'll take this out. Goodbye. So this is probably the manual, yeah. Of course, obviously, has to be the manual because I don't know how the hell am I gonna open this. Okay, so it's just one page. It seems pretty straightforward enough. Here it is, Metal Earth, and as you can see, they showed all the parts here. There you go. Where you're supposed to pop it out. So to start with, so I guess you start from here, from right to left. I hope that's how I see it. So it says here assembly flow and all that. So you get number 1. This is here, 2 here, and all that. So before we get to that, we'll show you this first. So here it is. Again, it's made of metal. It's actually just one sheet. I was kind of expecting a lot of them. But it turns out it's just one sheet, and it looks pretty small by the look of it. Because here, you see the wing. So the wingspan's already this long. It's about it's just my pinky. So I would assume the wingspan is just the whole the whole width of this thing here. But it's pretty cool though, because the thing about it is the whole thing is just in one package. And it's not so daunting as like when you open up a master grade model kit Gundam or something and say, oh my god, look at all those parts. But here, I guess you can see everything's flat. This kind of reminds me of the paper craft, the paper kura things, but instead it's not a paper, it's like metal. See, metal stuffs here. So we'll try to pop out one first. So according to this manual here, you pop up number 1. Which is actually, I guess it's this part over here. So I'll pop it out, see how well it does, Okay, here we go. Okay, first thing I noticed, it's really hard to pop. I don't know how to pop it without hopefully not breaking anything, okay? So, well, yeah, it's actually pretty hard. And the scary thing about this metal thing is that you can easily bend it like that. See, See, it's already bent. So I'm kind of scared that I might do the same thing here with the model kit. So alright, I guess you just have to like gently fold it back and forth, you know. Yeah. The problem here is that there, it popped out, you know, after like putting it back and forth. So here it is. And then according to the manual here, so you can see here, so you fold it from here, but I can see sort of like tiny panels here that looks like it's part of the decoration, but so I guess I have to fold it. Here we go. So I got this part bent. See, it's bent here. Now I have to get the other parts. Yeah, the cockpit bend down, and then I guess I have to put it down like that. So I think I've done it correctly. Now here's the thing here, the one I don't like about it is it doesn't really tell you how much of an angle you need to get this done. According to this, it has to be straight, but the way it turned out didn't go too straight enough. So I'm not really sure, and I can't, you know, it's scary. I can't bend it all the time because I have a feeling it'll snap off, just like what happens. So I'll just leave it alone, just this, and I'll try it with the other parts. So next is the body thing. So again, we'll just have to pop it out. So there's tiny details there. They say it's laser cut, so I'm really expecting a lot of detail here, but the details are really so creepy, scary, tiny that every time I try to pop it out, I feel I'm gonna wreck the whole thing. So okay, letting you guys know, if you really want to make this super accurate, you know, you won't sweat it out a bit trying to pop out the stuff, use tweezers. Anyway, here we go. So here, and according to this, all I need to do is bend it, so it turns out kind of like, instead of a pure circle, it's like hexagonal. So my god, look at that, you have to bend all that. So okay, bend here. Feels like paper craft, you know, pepakura thing, except that it's metal. I mean, it would probably be very cool if they can do a metal version of the pepakura things, the paper craft stuff. I mean, you know, all the popular characters, you know, not just objects, I mean characters. You think of all the characters you can make out of these. Okay, now, yeah, like I said, it's never perfect because it, you know, see, it's not a perfect circle of any kind. I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right. I'm supposed to insert this. Alright, so I guess that's really where it's supposed to go. Okay. Man, this is hard. I mean, are these for 14-year-olds? Somebody get me a 14-year-old. There. Not perfect, but I think I may have done it like that. There, here you go. Alright. It's hard, okay? It's kind of hard to do it unless you have really good lighting, you know, really good lighting and really deft fingers. I'm not really sure what happens if you, you know, try to use other things. So I got the body. Now I have to put in the tail fins here. So I have to pop it out. Yeah, I have to do the tail fin again. You know, it's kind of, it feels a little scary too because there's so much sharp edges in these things. So it's really 14 and above. Don't let your baby brother, baby sister hold on to this, but you know, imagine if it gets into your eye, ow, you know, all that. It's really sharp, you know. It could hurt people, you know, especially if you get so pissed off. It could really hurt you. So here, I guess you insert it here. There's no other way to insert it. Just put it there, I think. There you go. Oh, that was pretty easy. Next, I swear. There you go. you really need to get tweezers for this. See, the problem is because you push it out too much, you tend to warp it in ways that you don't like to warp. Alright, so you put it back in here. So I guess the slats here has to be down because I can see the slats it's up. So it's not supposed to be up, it's supposed to be down, so you can catch onto those tiny little holes. Oh god, these tiny little holes again. When I can be done with your tiny little holes? Okay. And alright. Okay, so here I am again. As you can see, I already made the fuselage, basically the body, the cockpit, the tail, the fins. This is actually really hard to do. So basically, especially with the knobs thing. So this time, I actually brought a tool because here, see, this is actually just a pair of tweezers, but you know, clippers also will do great. And well, also have to apologize earlier that I thought that you could pop it with your hands. Apparently, they have this tiny little instruction here. There you go. See if you can see that. Yeah, tiny instruction here. See here that says, yeah, you would be needing clippers. But the problem here is that the only time the clippers are shown for what's supposed to be used is to bend the front of the fuselage. But you know, I digress, so just go on with the program. But then I have to be using this because I really hate popping this with my fingers. It's really that hard. And you know, my fingers are practically untrustworthy. Not the item itself. It's just my fingers. You know, sometimes they're just really big and thick. You know, you need delicate fingers. See, easy as pie, popped out. So we're now on the wings part, as you can see. So I have to do all I need to do is just, you know, clip out the parts that hold it. See, you know, this is so much easier using clippers. Even if the instructions doesn't specifically say you should use this to pop these out, use it because you know it's gonna make you know, making these things a whole lot easier for you. Okay, now all I have to do is insert this underneath. They're like, again, they're knobs, so we just put it in here, all of them. Hopefully they all fit. Okay, just gonna have to put it right there, right over there. Alright, so after inserting, it looks like a frame of sorts, so it kind of holds up the gull wing up there like that. So in order to do that, you have to, I guess you have to insert this first. The bottom here, there's a little hole there. There you go. And then you try to carefully, and I really mean carefully, find the holes here. Alright. Sometimes I'm really surprised how come there are times that the holes fit and there are times that it doesn't. It's very vexing actually. There are times I find it's very vexing. But once it's inside, you know, once it's inside, all is forgiven, I hope. So there, it's starting to look like an airplane now, but you know, it needs some little polishing a bit, but you know, it might just work. There, as you can see, wow, it's actually pretty hard to do, the propeller parts, but now I'll be working around the wheels. The wheels are actually more complicated than they look. I'm supposed to like pop out all the wheels, but the problem is the wheels are 3D, you know, to make, you know, of course, because these things, they don't want to be just that simple, even if it's just level 1. So I'll just have to like pop out again these first is tracks. Yep, they have tracks, and after the tracks you pop out the wheels. There you go. First the inner wheel and the outer wheel. Oh, almost lost that. Here we go. And the outer wheel. Alright. This is going to be for the, you know, landing gear, because even if, you know, it's pretty cool. Actually right now it's pretty cool in itself. It's actually a little fragile because I think I did something wrong here by bending it too much or anything. So it's actually pretty loose. That's actually one of the disappointing things about having aluminum stuff here, is that when you bend it too much, I don't know how you'll be able to bring it back up again. Maybe you have to experiment again and bending things up right in there and then. So I'll have to just work on the wheels, and then we'll like kind of fast forward it and see what it looks like when it's already assembled. So here we are. As you can see, I have made this little wheel. The tracks here is actually pretty long. That I had to use a pencil to mold it in a way so that it will end up like this. And also the landing gear, which is probably going to be the last part of it, which I will now attach to this. Alright, so might as well get through it. So finally this. As you can see, it's pretty much firmly attached. It's a little flimsy, but it's pretty much okay. It really looks exactly like some sort of 3D art, because look at the wings. It's too thin to be accurate, but it's a pretty nice piece though. After a while, when you get used to it, just don't think of it like a plastic model kit. It's really a different animal. It takes a while to get used to it, and you have to be ready for it. You gotta have the right tools. Sometimes you need to have a screwdriver, these tiny ones, to pop out those little pegs or bend it in a way, because you don't have to just insert the pegs. You have to also bend it in a way so that it won't move. Like this is one of the few things that I really didn't like about it, is that if you make a mistake, that's it. It's so hard to bring it back. Like the tail fin, for example, you can see it's pretty dirty and stuff, because I tried so hard to make it not wobbly, because I did something really stupid. I don't know what it was. I think because I had like big thick fingers, so I bent something there that I couldn't unbend anymore, because it's either too tiny or too sophisticated for me, I guess. But in the end, it's a pretty nice piece. It's really nice. Yeah, probably worth buying it. It's not even more than 500 pesos in a way. At the same time, it's almost as big as your palm. I feel like all models are of this size, and there are others like from tanks and buildings and stuff from level 1 to level 3, I believe. You can all buy this at Toy Nerds. You can go to their FB Facebook account. It's a pretty nice piece, so to say. I'll probably put it in a mantle somewhere. Alright, and one of the few things also is that I had a hard time putting the pegs in, because you gotta have really good ambient light here. Nothing too bright to have those lights reflect into your eyes, because it's really shiny aluminum chrome like. So that's one of the disadvantages as well. But overall, it's a pretty nice piece. You just have to be careful with it, because since it's not as sturdy as as it looks, but it's really just for display after you're done with it. So here you are. There you go. It's a really nice piece. Thank you, Toy Nerds, for giving me the opportunity to try this out for the first time. This is Metal Earth. Here it is. Here's the package. Metal Earth, the F4U Corsair, and it's a nice piece, available at Toy Nerds. Look at that. Okay, thank you very much. That's all.